y'all? It's your girl, YouSeeKayla. Welcome back to YouSeeKayla TV. If this is your first time, welcome. This is my first video on All American. I am so excited to get into this, to do this review. And if you like the content and you're a Sisters fan, but you watched it, let me know. If you like the content because you came here for All American, let me know. Either way, we're going to get off into it today. So let's go. If you see me looking over, it's because I have my notes. To the people that are new to my channel, the OGs know I gotta look over and view my notes because I don't want to just be talking. We're gonna get into the episode and we're gonna leave it alone. All right, so All American came back on last night on February 21st on the CW at 8. And this is season 4, episode number 8, entitled Walk This Way. The synopsis of the episode, I'll start with that. With Spencer's determination to protect his teammates from unjust punishment, he puts his own future at risk. Olivia and Layla question their post-graduation plans, and Asher is too proud to ask for help to pay for his dream college. Okay, so let's get into it. Because All American has a football theme, it's about football. I'm going to do this in a football theme for my breakdown. For my regular subscribers, they know I review Sisters. Tyler Perry's Sisters is more kind of like a soap opera, really, drama. So I go scene by scene. With All American, there's so much going on. There's no way I can go scene by scene. So I'm going to do a highlight reel, which is my way of saying I'm reviewing the episode. And I'm going to do my top plays of the game, which were 3 scenes this week. And then I'm going to do the fumbles. I had 2 fumbles this week. And then we'll huddle at the end. And that's when I give my opinion of what I think about the episode. Also, if you're new here, this is a review. Get out now if you do not want spoilers for the episode. I've already seen it. That's what a review is. All right, I'm starting. Okay, so my top plays of the game. I had 3 big plays this week. Number 1, Principal Carter came through. Principal Carter in the game, they came through for Spencer and saved him from expulsion as he was trying to protect his teammates. I'm really liking the relationship between Principal Carter, or as Grace calls him, D'Angelo, and Miss Grace. I really like them. I think that Grace deserves the happiness after all she's been through, and I'm glad that Principal Carter is no longer a villain. For Spencer and the gang. I'm glad he's an ally now. I think they're a good matchup. I thought it was funny, though, how this man lost his job defending Spencer. So he could at least not be expelled. He couldn't walk, but he could still graduate. And Spencer hit him with a handshake, honey. Okay, that's still his mama boo. So he like, here's a handshake. I'm like, dang, Spencer, he lost his job. You couldn't give him a hug, but that was funny. We all know Spencer and Grace are really close, so it's probably going to take him some additional time to truly adapt. Next up, big play number 2, Grace and Coach Baker. I'm sorry, I said Grace and Coach Baker. Lord, what is Coach Baker's wife's name? I watch this show all the time and I cannot think of her name. We'll get to it, but D.A. Baker, that's what we'll call her for now. I'm sorry, I'm literally having a moment. Ever since I had my son, I can't remember like I used to. But D.A. Baker and Coach Baker, they actually made peace with Grandpa Willie instead of just allowing the problem to fester as they've done in the past. I really was proud of that, because no matter what, you only get, one mother, one father in this life. And Coach Baker's already lost his mother. So I thought it was really wonderful. Laura. I'm sorry. Laura and Coach Baker, Laura and Billy, they made up with GW, as Jordan calls them, but Grandpa Willie. And they need to do that. And I think that the show does a wonderful job of realistically portraying the relationship. Like when family, especially children and parents, having a strange relationship, there's ups and downs. And I think the show does a good job of showing that realistically, that it takes a while to get in that smooth groove, and you have to know each other for who you are now, not who you used to be. Big play number 3. Olivia, she chose to stick with journalism, even after speaking with Dr. Patterson, who is Simone's aunt. And she chose to go to GAU, Golden Angeles University. And I thought that was wonderful. And the reason why is Olivia took some time to evaluate, do I really want to do this? You know, there are pros and cons to everything. And even though Dr. Patterson was testing her, it was still valid for her to bring those points up. So Olivia really had to decide if she wanted to do it. And I think she made a good decision. We've all seen Olivia make tough choices, even when she was podcasting and things like that, and deciding to stick with her guns. And because Laura is her mother, and she's seen her mother be in the public eye and make those tough choices, I think that Olivia is equipped to do it, and she will be a fine journalist. I'm not mad at her for going to GAU. They have a good program, a strong program that she needs, and her man will be there. Like, don't hate on her. You know what I'm saying? She's killing two birds with one stone, and I ain't mad at her. So I was happy to see that. Now, my two fumbles of the episode. Asher fumbled with Jamie. Like, dude, it was not that deep. You know, her asking Jacob to help Asher out was not that deep for him to respond like that. I was like, bruh, calm down. You know, it's not even like Jacob was like, I don't know, let me think about it, or how you gonna pay me back? Like, he immediately was like, oh yeah, cool, I think that's a great idea. So I feel like Asher he kind of self-sabotaged, but I'll get into that in my huddle at the end. But he definitely fumbled with Jamie. The second fumble of the show, Coop is a fumble at this point, but Coop definitely fumbled with Amina. I'm like, why did she think that was not going to be the response that she had? Like, you sat up and just told her you shot her mom. Coop told Amina she shot Mo, and then reaches for her hand and puts some puppy dog eyes, that same stare that she gives us every episode, when she was like, I don't want to have anything to do with you ever again. The way the little girl been acting, I thought she was going to like pull out a gun and shoot her. So, I mean, I feel like Coop got off easy, and I don't think it's over. But yeah, Coop fumbled. She definitely fumbled. I'm just like, she constantly stirs up mess and then gets surprised and wants to give us that puppy dog stare every episode when the mess that she stirred up starts to stink. And it's just like, you caused this. A million people will tell Coop it's a bad idea, and she'll have a million comebacks for why it's a good idea. And then as soon as the bad idea part comes true, she'd be like, anyway. So let's get into the huddle. So I thought that this episode was a solid way to jump back into the season. You know, All American moves fast. Honey, you got to sit on your hands with All American because there's so much drama. You just on the edge of your seat. So I thought it was a solid way to ease us back into the season. I'm not really into Layla's storyline right now. I'm going to be honest. That's why I didn't speak that much on it. Good luck to her and her music career. Layla's going to be fine. She's good at what she does. We all know she needs a lot of reassurance, as they all do, and they're portraying teenagers. Teenagers usually do, but okay, I just feel like it's kind of filler. We'll see what happens with her and that guy. I think his name was Clay. And then it's just like, I don't like the way this show has twisted and turned she and Olivia's friendship so many times. I'm just like, they're like frenemies that are more friends than enemies, but they're still not really friends. Like, I mean, I get it, but with her mental health struggles, seriously, and with Layla's sobriety struggles, I'm glad that they're not putting, you know, energy into hating each other, being mad at each other. Let's just, you know, move on. But I still think it's a little bit unrealistic how, you know, they just got back together like that. But, you know, whatever. Good for them, and best of luck to Layla. JJ, I love JJ. He's hilarious. JJ is over the top, but JJ is a solid friend, and he comes through for his friends every time, like he did for Spencer last night. Spencer, I would love for this to be his last act of heroism right now. I'm just saying, I love Spencer, but he be stressing me out sometimes. He said he's getting used to being saved. Can we let that last for like at least 6 episodes, you know, the rest of the season, something like that? Because Spencer is stressful. But, you know, it always works out for him, because when you give and when you do good to people, it's going to come back to you. So, Asher, I would love to see Asher get out of his own way and allow himself to be happy. And it's not just him trying to go to Coastal California or wanting to coach but not feeling confident, or wanting Jamie but messing it up. It's just Asher has a way of self-sabotaging himself in a lot of situations. And he's prideful. I mean, we knew that since he was fronting when his dad went broke and all that stuff, and he was still fronting like they had money in earlier seasons. So Asher, get out of your own way. We'd love to see it. I would love to see Coop do something positive, since obviously she's not going to get killed off the show or anything like that. No shade, but I would love to see her like get her GED and move on with her life in another direction. Even if she's not recording music, maybe she can work in music. Maybe her and Layla can work that out. I just want to see Coop doing something positive, because the way that she's going, sis is getting on my nerves and a lot of people's nerves. And it's just like, we need to see something fresh for Coop, or we gonna be tired of seeing her, you know. And then lastly, I'm just interested to see the upcoming drama with Preach and Amina, because this is far from over. So we'll see how that unfolds. Thank you guys so much. I didn't want this one to be super long because it's my first video on All American. If you like it, please remember to like it, comment, subscribe to the channel, share it if you really like it, because I want to know if this content is worth putting out there, because I know I started this channel primarily on sisters, and it's two different audiences, and sometimes they meet. Like, I watch both shows. I have a couple Twitter followers, shout out to y'all, that have expressed that they watch both shows. But if you're not here for it, let me know. If you're here for it, let me know, and then I'll kind of decide, do I want to keep doing this? Because even though it looks like I'm just sitting here typing, I put a lot into these videos and trying to put out content that's interesting and intriguing, and put my personal flair, but being organized, so I'm not just sitting here rambling. So let me know, guys. Thank you for joining me. We're almost at 12 minutes. I'm not going to drag it out. I had a really fun time doing this. And if you like All American, my All American homecoming video will be up as well. Thanks, guys. Have a good week.